Hey, what's up? We're back. So we just watched Venom this past weekend, and we're just gonna say our thoughts and the future of Venom as a whole. So to start off, do not look at any critics ever. This is what I have learned from this. Because if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a 38 right now, which is abysmal and a disgrace to the critics. Rotten Tomatoes. It is what it is. What it's usually with Rotten Tomatoes, it's usually they bump it, boost it up because like companies pay. Um, but when it's low, it's like uh-oh. But like the fan score's an 80 right now. It's making money. Most of the money is overseas. But I liked it. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest. I'm expecting like a Venom movie. The Venom movie it's a Sony movie, so it's not like you've seen what they've done with Madam Web and Morbius, so you're not expecting much. Um, love
More
Tom
of a
Hardy as a
battle.
whole. No, what did you think, Logan?
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that the critics were mainly on the side of entertainment. I think they obviously focus more on like story elements,
Mm-hmm.
which I can see why it has a low rating. Story wise, it's a little all over the place. You've got a little bit of like a road trip
Mm-hmm.
from west to east. And then you've also got the secondary plot line, which is them being hunted. And then you've got the
Mm-hmm.
third plot line, which is the people in the bunker in Area 55.
Mm-hmm.
So it does kind of fall flat in some places. Overall, a lot better than I was expecting. I
No.
I went in with kind of low expectations. I had already sort of had it spoiled for me. I'm a big TikTok guy. And
Mm-hmm.
I was scrolling through and I saw a clip from the movie. It's shown in the trailers, but it had a heartbreak emoji on it, and I was like, "Damn, one of them dies." Um,
Yeah,
which they do, but they kind of Disney die, where they die, but they don't die.
they don't die if they come back. So
So
yeah, yeah. So with that, I'm saying good movie. Go see it. It's better, in my opinion. It goes three. I mean, one, three, two, in that order. Um, I think you agree with me on that. But
yeah,
I just wanted to get into the nitty gritty. It had so many symbiotes in this movie, which is
which I think I
awesome.
had a list of them. I don't know if
Oh, thank
that's
you.
confirmed. I don't know if these are confirmed. I think this
I'll look
is
them up
all
while you spew
speculation.
it.
She Venom makes a reappearance in this movie for like
Mm-hmm.
very, very brief.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay,
definitely.
okay.
That's definitely who that is.
Screen rant, come on, man. Okay. Basically, it was Scream was the fire one, which is a pretty big departure from how she's normally depicted. She's
Yes.
usually the symbiote that screams, but
Yeah.
they gave
They
that
had like an
they gave
elemental thing
that
going.
power, the power of like Sonic voice and boom and shit,
Mm-hmm.
um, to the love interest for Carnage in the second movie. So I understand why they didn't just redo it. The
Yeah.
fire was a little bit out of nowhere, and yeah,
No, like I
Lasher
said, they had like
was
elements. Like one was a rock one, one was a
not.
fire one. It w
I don't want to say rock. It was just a brute.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was just
so
brown and brown.
Agony is the symbiote that the lightning strike doctor gets, the one that kind of, zooms around and shit. That's
Oh
supposedly
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Agony. Toxin
Mm-hmm.
did get a makeover in this movie. He's usually red and black. In this one, he was green. Still looked good.
Oh,
Not,
is that who? Yeah, that's who. Is that like the second Venom we see?
what do you mean?
Toxin. Like the one that
It's
says, "Give me
it's
the."
Dr. Mulligan. It's
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. It's
yeah.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
which is interesting because it says that his original symbiote abandoned him, but
Mm-hmm.
Toxin is part of the Venom lineage. So if that symbiote abandoned him, it couldn't have been Toxin because that was Toxin that he had in that movie.
Mhm.
Small plot hole because it
Yeah.
can't really be Toxin unless it comes directly from Carnage, and that looked like a symbiote that they had captured. It's not how Toxin works.
No.
But
No, and Lasher, we said Lasher was the one with all the knives in him, or like
yeah,
the blades
yeah.
coming out. So
Um
yeah. Overall, is that we got any more?
Phage was the name of the symbiote. That's the brute, the one that bonds with
Okay.
the security guard. Like I said, Scream was the one that was
Oh, it's
fire based, and the two-headed symbiote is not really. I mean, the only place that it would come from as far as comic
Mhm.
origin would be Hybrid, which is a merger, which would have been the merger between all the symbiotes at the Life Foundation, I think, in the comics originally, but
Yeah, yeah.
they just kind of that's like a nod to that.
Overall, I like
But
that
yeah,
they included all the like most of the Venom symbiotes. I thought it like really added to the movie. I'm glad it just wasn't Venom because they show it
yeah,
all in the tubes and you want to see all of them out there, which is
right.
cool.
It's like the gun rule in cinema. If you show a gun hanging on a shelf at some point in the movie, that
Yes.
gun's got to be used. You're setting up that
Hmm.
expectation, and they kind of delivered on that. I liked the inclusion of all the symbiotes. Some of them felt a little underused,
Yeah.
tad bit. I
But
feel
I
like
thought the last fight scene was not it was good.
yeah,
It
no,
was
no,
what
no.
I expected.
The that last fight was brutal, dude. It was good.
Hmm.
It was good. Each of the symbiotes got
Yeah.
to show
No,
off
like
their
all of
respective
them dying.
powers.
Sorry, spoilers, but
Yeah.
we're gonna put it
Yeah, no,
in the title. But yeah.
all of the symbiotes except for Agony end up dying at the end.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. Toxin got like 5 minutes of screen time, and he was one of the more
Yes.
hyped up elements of this movie. Like, oh, it's Toxin. He's
Hmm.
more powerful than Carnage, who was more powerful than Venom, and he was supposed to be like he
Are you?
in the
Yeah.
comics, he's the anti-hero kind of one because he bonded with a cop, but he just kind of he was the exposition machine, and then he got fucking
Yeah.
shredded. So
Yeah, I love, dude, the paper shredding that it's not what is it
that's
called?
fucking
Xeno?
brutal.
The
Xenophage.
Xenophage. Dude, I get xenomorph and xenophage mixed up
A
every
lot
time.
of a
But
lot
yeah.
of Xeno, a lot of Xeno.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, but that dude, when you first see that with an actual human, like on the river fight scene,
hmm
crazy.
I wasn't
No,
expecting that.
yeah.
I was just expecting them to like fucking eat them or tear them in pieces.
Hmm.
That caught me by surprise. That was a very
Oh yeah,
nice
paper shredder, baby.
like yeah,
Yeah.
literally garbage disposal type energy.
Yes. No, and then why were people saying that was Spider-Man? Why was the little kid Spider-Man? Like
The
you heard it.
only the
Did you hear it?
only
You heard it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I heard the rumors. The only
Hmm.
link to that I could find is because the dude that plays the dad in that family
Yes.
on that road trip
Hmm.
is Dr. Connors from
Who
I think it's
is
the Amazing Spider-Man
yeah, the first one,
movie,
which
the
I
first
just
one.
rewatched because Andrew Garfield is going crazy right
He
now because he's
he
doing
plays the lizard, and
yeah,
people were like, "Oh
which
my
I didn't
God."
know looking at it. I didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
like first
you
glance. I was like,
can
oh.
tell somewhat, but he does look a lot different because he's got
Hmm.
long
Hmm.
ass hair, he's got a long
Yeah.
strangly beard, and he's a
Yeah.
fucking hippie. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's why people were like, "Oh my God, that's the lizard. That means that kid's got to be Peter Parker." It's like, what about the
Hmm.
fucking other? What about the teenage girl, dude? What
Yeah,
you,
dude.
you gonna toss out
He
a theory
doesn't
for
have a
that?
sister in
No,
any
he doesn't.
timeline, bro.
He doesn't
Like,
have any siblings. That's the whole point. His parents die, and
I
he's
can't
all
believe they
alone.
thought Sony. I didn't believe so they already have a Spider-Man. They already have a
Well,
Spider-Man. And it's
okay.
Tom and his name is Tom Holland.
Now that I'm thinking about it, they may have done that because they did that with Madam Web. They introduced a baby Peter Parker in Madam
Oh.
Web. So they might have been like, "Oh my God, it's the same timeline. That's
Yeah.
that kid grown up a little bit." So
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I it's
No.
just no, it's
All
not.
right.
It's just a kid who's scared of aliens.
Yeah. Let's get in to probably the biggest part of this video, the reason why you clicked on. What is the future a Venom looking like? We've had leaks, not leaks, but just like thoughts from a very reliable source. I'll put it, I forgot his name, but it's on Twitter, a little Twitter leaker. I'll put the tweet up right there. Boom. And and so it's
Bam.
saying if you watch the movie, you might have not caught this, but
I
it's
didn't
like a
catch it.
small
He
scene.
caught
You
it.
didn't catch
I
it.
didn't catch
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's a small scene where the one of like the security guards, whatever, who's fighting the Xenophage.
He's like one of the Black Ops soldiers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Which
Gets
gives more credence to this theory, by the way.
yes, gets his legs chopped off, which is like, oh, okay, that's just a brutal, but he doesn't die. Here's the thing. In the comics, Agent Venom, that's what we're going with here. Um, People are saying that's gonna be Agent Venom, so that's probably gonna be where they're gonna go with Venom. Sony definitely. Hey, Knull's still coming to the 616, baby. That's what he said at the end. The post-credit scene, he's coming. Be afraid, be very afraid. Speaking of which, Knull, probably the scariest villain in
Okay,
Marvel.
I have a theory. I have a theory. So, sorry,
He's
continue.
terrifying though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, he's
he
just
sounds
terrifying.
menacing in this movie. He
Uh-huh.
sounds and looks menacing in this movie,
Do
and
you
I'm
remember the
glad.
actor? I'm looking it up right now.
Norman Reedus, I
Yeah.
think. I think it was Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. Um,
Okay.
I could be
Oh,
wrong on
nope.
that. Fact check. No, am I wrong on that?
No.
Oh
It's
wow.
it's Andy Serkis, the guy that plays
Oh, that's
the
okay.
guy that
Yeah,
plays
Caesar.
Caesar
And
in
he played
Gollum.
Claw and yeah,
Gollum.
Gollum.
Hmm.
Really,
Yeah,
really
so
good motion capture guy. I don't
oh
know
yeah.
why I
He's
thought,
like the first guy to do it. He's like the first guy to do it with Lord of the
yeah,
Rings.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
So yeah, he's coming to the Six Sense. I don't care.
okay,
That's the rumor for Spider-Man. We're gonna do another Spider-Man video because like shit's popping off with
yeah,
Spider-Man right
yeah.
now.
And Doom.
But
It's
that's
all
down the
kind of
line. But
it's all
yeah,
kind of intertwined between Doom and Spider-Man.
Noel's coming
Yeah.
to the 616. You heard it here first.
So
Like I said. Yeah, but go Logan.
so here's my theory. So kind of like how Thanos made small appearances throughout the other Avengers movies. Do you think there's a possibility that they included Knull in this movie to plant the seeds for him to be the next big bad after Doom?
I
I can see
I
that.
I just they can't. Yeah, I know that I can see it too, to be honest with you. Um yeah, it's just gonna be like, oh, you remember that one Venom movie in 2024? Yeah, we're in 2029 right now, and we're then introduce this guy again. So,
Well, no, because see, they're gonna keep popping him in
mhm,
because he's more than likely gonna appear in Spider-Man 4,
yeah,
and he may make a small appearance in Doomsday or in Secret Wars,
yeah,
but it's it's clear that he is a multiversal um
yeah. I really
kind of
thought he was
kind
gonna
kind
jump
of
multiverse
kind of deity in this movie because he when he sends the xenophages out, doesn't he
hmm
tell them to search the multiverses or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
says something and
yeah.
sends them through these little portals. It's the same
Hmm.
kind of portal that is shown to have transported Venom across multiverses, so we know that there's only
Yes.
one Null.
Hmm.
Um, so I
Yeah.
mean, it it would not surprise me if kind of like
And finish,
Thanos.
but he had the sword. He had his
Yeah,
sword.
yeah, that's and that could be explained because I'm fairly certain that at the end of Love and Thunder, it
Thor: Love and Thunder.
it withers away. So maybe it withered
Yeah.
away and back into his realm, but it said that he's been imprisoned here for
A long, long
who
time.
knows how many years. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit
How
of a
many eons?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah.
So the little plot holes here and there. I
Yeah.
will say the new design for the Necro Sword looks fucking sick. It's so
Yes.
much better than the one that we got in Love and Thunder. It
Hmm. Hmm.
looks like it's made of a symbiote,
Hmm.
which is what it's supposed to be made out of. But
Yes.
it
So let's
looks
get back. Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Agent Venom though. I think that's what Sony's gonna do. Because I think because please, Sony, do not touch Knull. I'm happy you didn't ruin him in this movie. Hand that over to Feige, okay? That's Feige's baby. Don't touch Knull, but you can touch Agent Venom. We don't care. We don't care about it. I mean, I no like if you
Cool
it'll be
character, but
cool.
on
Not
like
Knull level character.
yeah, he's kind of inconsequential as far as that goes. They
Yeah.
could continue their little intertwined
Mhm.
Sony verse with
Yeah,
him
but I think I
and kind of
forgot to
have him
say it.
take over as Venom.
I think I forgot to say it. Why we think it's Knull. I mean, not Knull. God, I got Knull in the brain. I got Knull in the brain since I saw the freaking trailer for Venom 3, dude. No, why we think it's Agent Venom is because you hear in the background Thompson or Thomas. Is it Flash Thompson? Yeah,
Thompson.
Thompson.
You know what he's
I'm
trying to say.
tired. Yeah, yeah. And that is who Agent Venom is.
Yeah,
And now we've
you hear I
had
think you said earlier you can hear one of them say get Thompson out of here after he gets his
yeah.
legs taken off, so that's kind of
hmm
like, "Oh, Thompson. Damn. No
Yeah, and
legs? Lieutenant Dan."
Flash Thompson is in every single Spider-Man. He's like the bully. He's the guy that threw the party in Spider-Man, the first one, Homecoming,
Yeah.
and then he's the bully in Andrew and Toby Spider-Man. So, what do we think about that? Do we Are we fine with it not being Spider-Man's like bully? Because
Well, I
I'm
mean,
fine with it. I don't
in
care.
yeah, in
Yeah.
this Sony like Venom verse that they've set up, there is no Peter Parker because
Yeah.
the whole thing with
Because
Venom is
Madam
that he
Web and
bonds.
Venom is a whole different thing, right? It's a
I
different.
Who knows?
I
It's
don't
Sony.
know.
But what I was gonna
Yeah.
say is that
hmm
they they already did it without Spider-Man. I don't feel the need. If they can do Venom without Spider-Man, I think they could do Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
They could spin it and he could have been Eddie Brock's high school bully, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they could spin it a couple different ways. I
Yeah.
don't think that it matters that there's no Spider-Man in this universe because
Yeah.
they did Venom without that and it did fine.
No, it's
It
yeah.
did
Like
it
I'm
did
gonna
good. Like it was
and
good enough to where we got three
we
movies.
got we got
We
a
got a full
trilogy.
trilogy out of it.
And
So
what I've
yeah.
heard is that this is like I don't know why this is a shout, but it's like the Fast and Furious of comic book movies because it's doing amazing like overseas. Like it's made its majority of its like budget overseas. Like it's surpassed its budget. I think I looked at Box Office Mojo. It's in the top 15 of
Hmm.
movies this year,
Huh.
which is
Well, that's it's kind of weird for it to do. I guess not really. I don't know.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, like it's
because
making hold on. Yeah, it's number 13 with 322
wow,
mil.
what
hmm
countries is it doing the best in?
Japan and China.
Really? What?
Mm-hmm.
Usually when movies are trying to reach Japan and Asia, mainly just China,
Hold
because
on.
there's a large, China's one of the most popular. I think it is
Oh,
the most
France.
populated.
France. I got it right here. France got five. Where's China? United Kingdom got five. Oh, wait. Here we go. Asian Pacific. Yeah, like South Korea, it's in four. Okay. Yeah, China, it's got 14.
Yeah, so which is weird because usually, if you go back and you watch like the last, I think it's not the last Transformers movie, it's four, number
hmm
four, whatever, Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
Um, they usually
Thanks for
have
the
to
love on
include,
Transformers, by the way.
yes,
We see you. We see you.
yeah,
We worked
comments.
super hard at that
We got
breakdown.
comments. We did. We
Yeah.
put in
That's
it.
like two
I
months.
I learned how surprisingly difficult it is to insert
Put a
images.
photo.
Yeah,
Yes.
images. Audio was a lot simpler. You just drag and drop. There's nothing that pops up. But
No.
yeah, thank
I
you
taught
guys
him
for
how to
that.
edit.
Yeah, yeah,
But no,
yeah.
yeah, no.
And
Transformers.
usually with, that movie, it
hmm
it takes place in China.
Yeah.
and they have the I don't want to say this in a bad way, but they have the obligatory Asian actress,
Hmm.
and it usually paints their government in a good light,
Hmm.
which is kind of expected. If I was going to have a country that or a movie that takes place in my country, I would want it to not portray us as assholes.
Hmm.
So reasonable, but I don't think there was anything in this movie like that. It all takes place in
They just
the
like
in the
Venom. They
West.
just like Venom's super popular, dude.
Well,
Like,
I know, but like even a lot of Marvel movies, I don't think have done
I don't
tremendous.
know.
Which I mean, I'm
But
not
like, let me
complaining. It's
say
just a
this.
shocker.
This is good for Craven, which we're gonna, when does that come out? November 22nd? No,
December.
December.
I think it comes out in December.
Which I'm actually very hyped for Craven. This is like the Sony talk. So I think the only thing is this makes Sony be able to do like the Sinister Six stuff that they've been doing, which is good. It's bad. It's
It's
not
well, it's a double-edged sword
like they could make a
because
Doc Ock movie, bro.
okay, I'm gonna toss out another theory for you. You ready?
Yeah. We're
So what
vibing right
if
here. We got through the
yeah,
thing. If you're,
yeah.
yeah.
So look, I know that they are kind of straying from Andrew or any other Spider-Man being in these, villain universes, but they did try to set up
Oh,
a
in the
Sinister
villain
Six.
universe.
They did
I'm
try to
like,
set up a
bro, have you seen the leaks for Spider-Man, bro?
well, I'm not
Yeah,
talking
no.
about Tom Holland.
No, 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 no,
So
no, no.
what I'm getting at is what if they are because at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, they try to set up a Sinister Six with no build-up. And it
Hmm. And they put it in
we
the,
didn't get a third movie. That's all I need to say.
yeah.
But it seems like they're building up those villains now.
Hmm.
So what if a few years down the line, they've built up all of these villains. Yeah, there's continuity errors everywhere. Yeah, there's plot holes everywhere.
But
Who's
they're there.
Spider-Man? I don't know. Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had a portrait in Morbius, but the Vulture showed up and it was rumored to
Yeah.
be in the Amazing Spider-Man timeline. So
Hmm.
who really knows? There's just a
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So they could be trying to rebuild that back up to a potential Amazing Spider-Man
Because they
3
kind of
where he
had it
does
in the
fight the
latest
Sinister
Spider-Man.
Six.
They kind of had it in like the later Spider. It wasn't. Was it six? They showed it. They showed it in like the clouds with like Doctor Strange and stuff. They showed
Yeah, I mean, you can see a lot.
people.
I saw Craven. Craven was in there. You saw the outline of a
Hmm.
big burly dude in sorry,
Fur coat.
fur coat with a spear. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Um,
Hmm.
one more thing about Venom, I forgot to mention it just,
Yeah.
but
No.
um I don't know why everybody thinks that the symbiote that they capture at the beginning of that movie was the one that they dropped in the MCU. It's not.
Oh, I
They
have something to say about
they
the end of this movie too.
they established that so early on. Like they show him going back to his home universe.
Yes.
They
And
have
then
the
they
bar
get
scene. He
it.
stumbles out drunk and then they capture it. And they even
Yes.
say, "Oh, it's
They had
I
to explain it to us because to be honest, I thought it was that
I
universe,
didn't.
bro.
I was like, dude,
Uh,
it's clearly it's not the same bartender, it's not the same bar. It wasn't in the
mhm.
trailers. I don't know why people got that idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I don't
say
know why. And it
I
they
got at the end of this movie for the end credit scene with football's life guy, the bartender, when he walks out. I go, that's Battle World, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Because this
He
was
was like, dude, it's Battle World. And I was like, no, no, that it's not. There was just a big explosion. And he just somehow completely forgot that there was a big explosion. He was like, what explosion? I was like, the
the credits
explosion
were
at the
long, man.
base.
The credits were long.
And he was like,
Yeah.
there wasn't an explosion. I was like, yeah, the big acid explosion that engulfed everything. Oh.
Oh yeah. We also saw it at like 9 o'clock at night
Yeah,
too, coming from
it was a
Greenville. But
late,
yeah,
yeah,
no, but
long day. But
yes,
yeah. So I just
give
wanted to
it the
clear that
rating.
up.
No, no, yeah, definitely.
A
But
rating, I'm gonna have
let's
to
end it on a
go.
rating. And go watch this
I give
movie,
it
by the
a
way. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
bad.
I it's entertaining. It's worth the watch. It's worth the
Uh,
theater visit, even if you don't watch the post-credit
yeah.
scene or you're not a big Venom guy. Like,
I would watch the Knull post-credit scene, just to be honest.
yeah,
But
it's pretty cool. He doesn't really get a whole lot of screen time throughout the movie, but I
they
think
put him in the
that
first scene just to keep you
yeah,
planted.
yeah, they did. He shows up at the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie. He kind of opens it
Yeah.
and closes it. He sounds
Hmm.
menacing, looks menacing. Go watch it.
Yeah.
But if I had to give it a rating, I'm gonna go with a 6.9 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, if I'm giving the first one a 7.8, if I can remember, that's what I'm just giving the first one. I'm giving this one like a 7.3. It's a 7. It's a solid 7.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
mean
the
it's
It's
it's just
entertaining.
about there. It is a very
I
entertaining
liked it.
movie.
And to be honest, I know you said there was a lot of plot holes. I thought it had a congruent storyline. Like you could understand
Well,
what was going on.
it did. There was just three of them.
Hmm. Three stories going on,
Yeah,
but
at the same time. So, I mean, it's not that the story was all over the place. Like,
no.
yeah, it jumps around, but every superhero movie has points where it jumps around,
Yeah.
and it's like it doesn't jump around a lot, but there's just they were trying to do a little too much with this, and I think that hurts it a little bit. But it's not bad. It's not a bad storyline. Like I said,
No.
there's a few plot holes, but they're small ones. Like if a casual
Hmm.
viewer won't get that.
Yeah.
The only way that you would get that is if you have a shelf that looks like mine and a desk that looks like mine, which Isaac's
Yeah.
seen them. You can tell
Yeah.
I'm not a casual fan.
No, no, no. I
Um,
played Spider-Man 2.
yeah, he did for a
When
little bit.
we
He played a little bit of Spider-Man too.
dope because I'm an Xbox guy, but that video game, the first scene with Sandman, awesome.
Yeah,
But yeah, all right. Thank you so much for watching our thoughts on Venom 3, The Last Dance, which is not The Last Dance because I think there's gonna be more Venoms. We think there's gonna be more Venoms. They got Agent, so yeah,
yeah,
Agent Venom is coming. Refresh on your comic book history on Agent Venom. Little Flash Thompson coming at you. Double amputee
yeah.
Flash Thompson.
Double amputee.
So
They Lieutenant Danned him. But
yes.
yeah, he started out. I'm gonna close it.
Yeah. He's the
We
ender. As you saw
yeah.
in the breakdown. I don't know how to end videos.
we we will see all of you next time. It we got our first two comments yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys
Dude,
like them
we are so thankful for
or
all of you guys, to be honest.
yeah, if you've
Because
got something
like
funny to say or if you spot something that maybe we didn't catch,
mhm,
let us know in the comments down below.
yeah.
Like if you want to, subscribe if you want to. Regardless, we'll be back later. See you
Yeah,
guys.
peace.